Phallic imagery.
Did you know? I actually think you know that Thane doesn't like ketchup, right? You knew that? So I don't need to cut that joke out?
I don't know if you do or not. That's a future kind of decision.
I mean, it's a current topic, but...
Hey, howdy, hey, everyone. Welcome to the Talking Rad podcast, episode 162.
Phallic imagery.
Not if they're listening, then they didn't get any of that.
If you for those listening, I put this Coke on my...
We'll describe what kind of Coke it is.
My cherry vanilla regular Coke.
How many calories?
Yeah. 240 calories.
How many apples do you have to eat to balance out?
Shut up. No, stop.
I don't think you can balance it with
apples. Okay, so I'm putting this
this
cherry vanilla Coca-Cola, 240 calories, on my penis and pretending opening it and shooting it all over the room.
But I thought the saying was an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Well, it's not that apples aren't bad for or aren't good
you still
for you.
Have to brush your teeth. Wait, no, that's the dentist.
It's just apples are loaded with sugars, and so it's essentially like very similar to eating or drinking like a pop. Obviously not as much, but you described it as like a bunch of apples. So if you do a bunch of apples, it's very similar.
You're gonna die.
That makes sense. So then what would you have to do to counteract sugar? Eat a bunch of salt or just drink a bunch of water?
Work out?
Yeah, that one.
Exercise.
Yeah. Or eat vegetables or something. Like a food that counteracts sugar. I don't know. I'm not a dietitian.
Nor deny what Thane is saying. All I know is that the workout one would probably do it.
Listen, I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a...
You're telling me that you're not
a nutritionist? It's called a nutritionist.
Yeah, nutritionist.
Yeah.
You're telling me that you're not a personal trainer helping people at the gym get ripped and change their lives?
I mean...
He's wearing a shirt that says exercise.
He just gestured to himself when he said that. He went,
says exercise, some motivation required. I mean, if I was in the savage lands, then yeah, I would be probably fit if I have to survive.
What kind of motivation could get you to do it? Okay. Here we go.
Women.
That's where I was going with this. So, very, very hypothetical. You've got your ideal girlfriend. Ideal.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. She's like your perfect 10. She's exactly the kind of like, perfect. I literally mean perfect. The thing you'll never find in your life, because none of us will ever find perfection.
Yeah.
But I mean perfect. She's
like from the Garden of Eden, pretty much.
Sure. Yeah, that
She's
works.
like an apple picked from the Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
Like, that's a bad thing.
You want to take a bite?
You
want to take a bite, and she says before you can take a bite, you got to lose 10 pounds.
Sure.
You got to lose 30 pounds.
Okay.
Got to lose 60 pounds.
Oh, well, that's a lot.
I'm not.
That's pretty
hard.
It's a
lot. Yeah, it definitely is a lot. But is that enough motivation?
Sure. Yeah, 60 pounds actually for this. Like, if you put your mind to it, it can be possible, especially if you do pretty intense workouts every day.
Yeah, and another good way to lose weight is just eat less.
Yeah.
Because you have to think about, like, somebody that's pretty overweight, they have to eat enough food every single day to maintain that weight.
Yeah.
Because if you cut back, then you're eating less, therefore your body's going to, like, even if you kept the same daily routine of, like, doing nothing, as long as you're eating less, your body's not going to be keeping that much weight. Because you have to eat that much just to maintain that weight, right?
I ate a bunch of Swedish fish today, and it was not very healthy.
But it's really good.
It's really tasty. I don't recommend doing it, though.
Yeah, food is good, and it's very hard to drop. It's the real addiction. Like, it's the real addiction that kills you. Food.
But is it? Can you? Well, I mean, you can be addicted to eating food, but you have to eat food as well.
Yeah, but it's certain foods, like, that greasy fast food.
The scrumdiddlyumptious stuff.
The thing is, the more tasty
avocado.
Here's the thing: the more tasty.
Isn't that his name? Yeah, I was right.
The more tasty, the more unhealthy.
That's a very subjective.
I mean, yeah, but think about it.
I love salad. drizzled in ranch.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go.
Like I can't really eat it plain. I gotta have some type of dressing, and I like ranch.
I mean, they do
gotta have something to make it not healthy.
They do
and
make.
The thing is, though,
they
that
do
the
make healthy
low fat
dressing.
stuff. Yeah, I know the low fat stuff is like
the only good one is ranch.
it doesn't like
or blue cheese.
when you have low fat and diet stuff, like it just tastes bland. Like it's missing the sweet flavor or the.
It's missing the good stuff.
Yeah. I promise, not that I'm a nutritionist, but I've just done this for myself. If you went 2 weeks without like caving into the sugar cravings and stuff, I promise other foods will start to taste good. Like stuff that you think is very bland.
You have to like condition yourself to like eat healthier, and your body has to say, okay, this is what you're doing now. Okay.
Why would I if I want to die when I'm 32?
Hey, man.
It's true.
Yeah.
I just might as well keep eating my burgers all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, do your thing, man. Let's just.
I mean, you could die.
If there was a way to do it faster, then I would. We're rooting for you.
Yeah.
Well, let's just. That's cut out. So.
Yeah, just cut out that.
Yeah, probably cut that out.
Back to the vegetables. Sorry, guys.
I like carrots, and I don't like tomatoes, but I do like the stuff that you make from tomatoes, like sauce.
Yeah.
And other sauces.
Did you know? I actually think you know that Thane doesn't like ketchup, right? You knew that?
Yeah, I don't like ketchup. It tastes too sweet to me. It's just tomato but loaded with sugar.
I do it at one point, but I had forgotten up until this moment you brought it up.
I every time I like order a burger or something, I always take ketchup and pickles off.
So, what about the people that put ketchup on macaroni and cheese? What do you think about those guys?
Whatever, I don't really care. I'm not really a big mac and cheese guy either.
Hey, let's go, Thane, me and you.
Yeah, like it's good, but like
Cole's like,
I'm not that guy. I don't put ketchup on macaroni. I know people that do though.
But when you see the sides, you can pick mashed potatoes or mac and cheese. I always pick mashed potatoes.
I usually do too, but
if I'm like KFC, I'm gonna get mashed potatoes.
There are there's some places that the macaroni slaps, so you're just like,
no. There's only one place that macaroni is good. It's called Kraft Dinner. It's in the box.
I don't like Kraft Dinner. To me, is the worst macaroni. Not that I'm a macaroni guy, but I do not like Kraft Dinner.
It's the cheapest kind.
It's not. You can get cheaper. That's
cheaper,
really gross.
But it's
really, really gross.
I just don't like the cheese. It just doesn't sit with me. I guess
powdered cheese.
Yeah, I can see what you guys mean. No doubt about it. But like,
also, I'm weird by I can't have cheese by itself, and I know macaroni's technically not cheese.
I
by
definitely
itself.
can eat cheese by myself.
Like a block.
Sure, I mean, there.
I cannot eat the block of cheese.
What about string cheese? Do you like string cheese?
Not really. If I put something on, if I take the string cheese and put it on.
Okay. String cheese.
Straight up mozzarella.
You got the pulling string cheese, right?
Yeah, it's straight up mozzarella.
You take a can of Cheese Whiz and cheese on top of it.
Cheese on cheese.
Is that good?
That's gross.
I'd try
gross.
it.
I'd try
Cheese Whiz is gross to me. Like
Cheese Whiz is not great, but I'd try it.
Yeah, like I mean, like after a while, after I eat Cheese Whiz on like chicken and biscuit, I'm like, I don't really like Cheese Whiz anymore.
Chicken biscuit
makes you wonder what Cheese Whiz even is.
I like the chicken.
What
biscuits.
if you do the Cheese Whiz like this?
I do that with whipped cream.
And Cheese Whiz?
No, just whipped cream.
Bacon flavored Cheese Whiz?
I try it.
I don't do that with whipped cream anymore. Swallowing whipped cream raw is just like, why did I do that? My stomach doesn't feel good.
Giggity.
I actually like whipped cream raw, but I have to take it in small quantities because you know how my body
can't take the whole load.
My body doesn't like dairy.
It's not the only thing your body doesn't like.
Yeah,
that's true. My body doesn't like raisins because I throw up whenever I eat raisins.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I do not like raisins. They make me gag.
Really? Like
really?
Instant throw up.
It's a texture thing, and also I just don't like raisins. I've always disliked dried fruit, and raisins is the number one that I dislike the most.
Shout out to our air conditioner.
Yeah, as me and Cole are wearing sweaters.
I just have my bare feet.
So it's interesting because like there's not a lot of things out there. I mean, I dislike a lot of food, but like I don't think there's any flavors of food that I'll take a bite of and just start gagging like I'm gonna throw up. The closest thing I could think of is like a green olive, but like even then, I could choke it down.
See, I don't know if it's necessarily flavors. It's more so
like,
textures that get
a lot of food
I
I
know we
eat.
talk
I'm
about
like,
textures a lot, Sky. But even still, like there's a lot of textures I don't like, but I can still choke them down if I need to.
I can't.
I guess what I'm saying
Power
is
to
I'm
you.
good at choking things down.
damn.
Let's go! He said it here
Wow.
on the air. That one is staying in for the record.
Oh
Yeah.
shoot! I was talking about food.
My topical joke will not stay in,
Context.
but
Topographical maps. Get it? Because like Mount Everest.
Deadpool.
Speaking of Mount Everest, guys, something happened to me today. I got ready for work and everything, and I went throughout my day, and then I got home, and I went to the bathroom. As I was going to the bathroom, I looked down, and I had my underwear on inside out the whole day.
Wow.
Was
Yeah.
it like not comfortable? Like, could you tell a difference?
No, I had zero clue.
So did you just keep wearing it though?
Yeah, I'm still wearing it inside out right now.
Yeah, that's the move though, because you don't want
to
to
this moment.
You don't want to flip it to where like
Yeah.
sometimes the underwear goes in the crack
It's like
and you get a little bit of sheet on there.
it's
Definitely
like
inside out. Sorry,
I'm
you
pretty
guys
sure
aren't gonna
I've
see it. Maybe
I'm pretty sure
Patreon
I've
can.
done that, but I have flipped it.
Oh,
When
I
I
think-
notice it, I flip it.
See, I don't, because
Yeah.
it's just like, well, I've been wearing it like this all day.
Or I
and
just throw it in the laundry and then put on a new pair because like
that's
I'm
that's
not
a good move.
I'm
A
not
brand
gonna,
new move. It's
Yeah.
not like it's like bad
No,
to
no,
keep
no,
wearing it
there's,
inside out though.
Remember on the George Lopez show,
The
like,
lowrider.
the son, I can't remember his son's name,
Romero.
but he's like, Dad taught me that underwear can last for 4 days,
Yeah.
and the mom's like, what?
Front, back,
Yeah.
inside out, front, back.
Yeah.
It's
She's like, go
classic.
burn your underwear. Go change your underwear and burn them.
It's classic.
See, like I couldn't do any of those methods because it's. Oh, I guess I could flip it. No,
Flip
I
it
don't.
and rip
I don't
it?
want to flip it. That all those methods are flawed. Because if you don't have a bidet, which we do, even though I still, like, I wouldn't do that with my underwear, even though I know my butt's pretty clean.
Okay.
It's still gross.
We're gonna get a little bit grosser here because I got like a an argument to that one. So like yeah, I won't deny that bidets are probably one of the better ways to clean your bums to like get everything off. This is a personal thing. I don't like the way it feels, but that's just me. That's not what the conversation's about. I just feel like I better throw my opinions out there, just whop my opinions all over, on you guys.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, like, okay, there is one condition. Your underwear is not going to get dirty from your butt if you don't wipe super well, unless you got a wedgie really riding up the crack, because that's where the grossness is going to be. Your
Yeah.
underwear doesn't get up in there.
True.
Unless you're freaking
Sawing up in there,
what's it
credit card
called?
yourself.
Yeah.
flossing up there. You know?
What
You gotta
the
Floss in the crack.
Ew.
Yeah, I mean that's just the way it
So-
goes. So theoretically, I feel like the front back, inside out front back method. Well, I don't condone it or will ever do it.
I see what you
I
mean.
feel like it's not as
It-
bad as you think.
It could work, but just knowing me, and maybe it's just how I sit and what I do throughout my
Do
day.
you get a lot of wedgies?
I get wedgies sometimes.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I
like
learned a new kink from Sky today.
oh, it's definitely not a kink. It
Into
bothers
it.
me
Confirmed. 100%.
It bothers me.
You heard it here first. Sky's into it.
because I think it's
Guy's
just
kinky.
it's all the different chairs I sit on. Maybe because like I sit at chairs here, and then at work, like I'll sit on the drum chair. And I'll sit on a whole bunch of different chairs. And it doesn't happen often, but I would say probably once a day, I probably
You
get a wedgie.
unwedgie.
Yeah, I
You have
unwedgie.
to unwedgie once a day.
Yeah. But also like ball sweat and like this whole region.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's a relatively feasible thing.
If I had to do it, I would, because I would rather have dirty underwear than no underwear. Because then you dirty your pants or your sweats or whatever's next,
Well, here's the thing. If you're actually that concerned, you're already sitting in it all freaking day. Like, what's the issue with another day?
Of
Sitting in it again.
oh, that's what I'm saying. If I had to do it, I would.
Sit in your filth.
I mean, we do it every day.
Like growing up, I was that nasty kid that I was just
Yo.
like, F it, I'm gonna wear these underwear again.
oh
Yeah.
no way!
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was just
Oh
like,
man,
That's
I
a new
remember.
insight.
Well, man, when I was younger, like I wouldn't shower for like sometimes for 3 days straight.
Oh my gosh! I'm freaking amongst a bunch of disgusting.
And now I
people.
shower pretty much every day because
Wait. Pause. I wanna readdress one of your statements.
When I was a kid,
You said, but nowadays I shower pretty much every day.
Do you take some days off?
Yeah, like some days I just like don't feel dirty.
I'm appalled.
I just don't feel dirty. It's late. It's like, did I take a shower today?
Wait, you forgot?
Did I take a shower today? I didn't. Okay, whatever.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna throw
some
up.
Days like
I'm Skylar.
a day before work, and I just go in because I'm gonna get dirty anyways at work. So, and then I come home, I'm all greasy, and I want to hop in the shower.
See, even when like I know that I sweat and my oils seep out of my body just because I'm a human, so I always just want to like shower, and it's a great way for me to start my day.
I feel like I've said this on the podcast before, but hot take, maybe not even a hot take, maybe it's just a normal take, but I think every human adult should shower every single day.
I mean,
twice a day, like some freaks.
Twice a day is fine. If you want to do it, do it.
Did you guys ever
Even
used to be
3
two-a-dayers?
times. Sometimes I do 2-a-days right now.
No, I never did 2 a day.
I was a 2-a-dayer in high school, but now like I shower I go to the gym and then I get home and I shower in the morning, and then like my work isn't very laborious, so it's not like, I mean, I know I sweat and get oily, but it's not like terrible to where I'm like, man, I can smell myself.
You guys can trust me. I'm like an authority on the subject because I play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, he does.
So I'm just gonna call it. If you've got the access to it, you need to be doing it every day.
Yeah, I think it's not only therapeutic. Well,
it's just hygienic.
Yeah,
it's
just good
hygienic.
hygiene.
Feel better, even if you don't feel that dirty. Just freaking do it. Don't be a. How old was your brother? Like 10.
A 10-year-old. Don't be a 10-year-old.
He's evolved.
I know.
He's 12 now.
Don't be a 10 to 11-year-old boy.
Yeah.
There we go.
He's evolved because
listen.
he's got a GF, so now he can't.
Whoa,
he can't
wow.
His room. His room now smells like Axe body spray.
Wow.
Oh, it's a freaking throwback.
Yeah, it smells like junior high.
You want to know
junior
something
high
gross
hallway.
right now? I didn't have any deodorant, so I went to buy some, so I didn't put any deodorant on after I showered.
Did you put it on when you got home?
No, I haven't put it on yet.
That's pretty gross.
Yeah.
So
He's proud
you
of
guys,
it too. He's proud of his skill.
let's
He
say
should play Yu-Gi-Oh.
haven't done anything yet.
Hold
so
on, I got a question for you guys.
my
though.
pits are fine
Let's
right
say
now.
that you shower at night. 9 p.m. before you go to bed. Do you put deodorant on
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I put deodorant
even
on.
before you
time
go
you
to bed?
shower, you-
Even when you go to sleep?
Every time
Yeah,
I
like,
shower, I put it on.
I put deodorant. Well, I shower at like 5 o'clock around that time, so I put deodorant on because
Yeah, I think that's the move. I'm saying like right before
Yeah.
bed, you shower
Every
and you know
time-
you're going to bed.
Every time I shower, deodorant's on.
Yeah.
It's interesting because when I was doing 2-a-days back in high school, I wouldn't do deodorant if I was going to bed.
I see. Because then when
Yeah.
you wake up, you'd shower again, right?
Yeah, I'd go to the gym or do whatever.
And
But
then you put it on
this was
bed.
my thing though, and still to this day, I'm conscious about it. But I now sleep with shirts on. I didn't used to sleep with shirts on. I always had a hard time sleeping with shirts on. Now I guess I've gotten used to it. But it's the deodorant I wear. I have to wear the antiperspirant because I'm allergic and to the regular. And we've talked about this before on the show. But it's the white deodorant, and I put it on my pits. And then when I sleep, sometimes I'll put my arm outside the blanket, so the blanket's kind of tucked up under my armpit. And in my head, I'm like, oh, I don't want to get my blanket all deodorant-y.
but I wear a shirt when I go to bed too.
Yeah,
so
but
that's different.
So that's what I'm saying, though. In high school, I didn't used to put deodorant on
I
before I go
imagine
to
if
bed.
I didn't wear a shirt, I probably wouldn't put it on,
Yeah,
or I'd put it on very lightly.
and that's the move too.
Because but that's just me. I can't not wear a shirt when I go to bed. I have to wear a shirt, and I always have to wear like basketball shorts or little sweats or whatever. There's always something on.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. I can't not sleep with even just in underwear. I can't sleep very well.
See, I think what it is, because even now, like I still have a hard time sleeping with shirts on. I try to do it more often, especially because I'm a cold person. But I roll around so much in my sleep that my shirt like tugs on my neck, and I hate when things touch my neck.
These things are touching your neck right now.
Yeah,
Hate it.
I mean I'm fine.
I think you're just used to clothes just touching your body.
But it's like when I roll around, like I'll roll around and my shirt will be in such a way that it like kind of chokes me out, or I don't know. It might just be a me thing.
I mean, I don't really notice it that much.
So
do you guys roll around a lot in your sleep? Or you guys
while I'm asleep?
Yeah, or are you guys pretty like rock sleepers?
Before I go to sleep, I roll around a lot. But after I'm asleep, I don't think
sometimes I'll when I'm awake, I'll try to find like a good position to go back to sleep too. But usually when I'm there, I'm just asleep right there. I don't.
So I know for a fact that I roll around like a freaking hooligan in my sleep because I usually wake up with mohawks. I mean, Cole's seen how freaking messy my hair is in the morning usually.
Yeah, I have. And stained too.
Yeah.
So I would just say like I do know what you're talking about with like the shirt going up your neck or whatever because I roll around before I go to sleep. Mm-hmm. But like I just adjust it really quick and then I'm easy to go back to bed again. If something ever happens to me while I'm asleep, I won't ever notice it. It just isn't. It doesn't get me.
See, and this was another big reason of why, like, I liked my long hair, but it also sucked at the same time. Is because I roll around a lot, and so like sometimes I would roll over, and my shoulder would like pull my freaking hair. So I was just like, dude, this sucks. And I'd wake up. I'd be like dead asleep, and then my hair would get tugged, and I'd wake up.
You should have put it in a ponytail before you go to bed.
I definitely should have, and sometimes I would. But the thing is I roll around all the time in my sleep, and I hate that feeling of the ponytail right here by my head.
You're just like that girl from
Do a top
to
knot.
the Moon.
A top knot?
Yeah,
just do a freaking.
Yeah.
Well, I'm done now. Like I put in my time.
So I was actually wanting to grow my hair out a little bit, not like what you did for sure.
Like high school Cole?
Yeah, kind of. Well, it's more like junior high Cole, but I just wanted to grow it out so that I could like, I guess, reshape it when I cut it again. But like, it's driving me crazy. Honestly, it's so bad. I even trimmed my beard yesterday because I just couldn't handle my hair being long. When I'm asleep, I can feel like pressed up against my cheek, or I can feel the hair go over my ear, and it just drives me insane. I can't do it.
That's the part that took me forever to get used to when I was growing it out, was just the hair touching my ears, because the hair would curl. Yeah. I have curly hair, and it would curl into my ear hole.
Yeah,
nope. Like, this is not fun.
So I'll be cutting it for sure this weekend.
I probably should get a cut too. It's getting long.
Yours isn't that bad.
Thane usually has a freaking buzzed head, dude. He tells him he just goes in, throw on a 1, Jackie, and shaves his head.
You don't have to pay for that.
Well,
I could do that. You could do that yourself. You're throwing on a 1. Thing,
since my sister owns a Great Clips, she doesn't own a Great. She manages a Great Clips. She gave me like 22 free haircuts.
Can I have one?
No.
I haven't gotten my hair cut by a professional in over 4 years.
My sister cuts hair, so does my mother.
Yeah, I know they do.
Do you want me to hook you up?
I kind of want a professional haircut again just to see what I can do with it. That's why I was growing it out to begin with, because I was kind of thinking about doing it.
Yeah, I can see how much Kira charges.
But I don't want to pay for it. That's the problem. That's why I was trying to whittle one out of things.
Then I could ask her if she would come cut it.
Even if you offered to cut my hair, I still wouldn't do it. I just go to professional.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I can't cut other people's hair.
Have you guys ever well, I know you cut your hair all the time, but have you ever shaved your heads?
I've never.
Yeah.
My sister wouldn't allow me to.
Balls.
I mean, like, I could do whatever I want now. I could totally shave it bald if I needed to for like a sketch or something, but like
I've not gone bald.
If you don't know, no, I'm not shaving my head bald.
I've never
for God of War.
bicked my head.
See, I've never bicked my head either, but
I put on a 1 or a 2 and went around the whole thing.
I put on a 1 once, I'm pretty sure, and I got video footage of it. But I was also kind of doing it for a bit, but like I lived in a place where they didn't know how to cut my hair because my hair's very particular, I guess, to the region anyway of where I was living. I was being very vague about all that. Anyway, regardless, I was like, I'm sick of paying $20 to have them shave my head because I can do that myself. So I did. For like 6 months, I would just put on a 1 and I'd shave my head every couple weeks. It was freaking nice.
I just got tired of giving money to people to cut my hair. Yeah, that's the main reason.
I guess I was lucky because like my mom and my sister both cut hair.
Well, when I was really little, my grandma would cut my hair. And then when I grew up and my grandma stopped cutting hair all that much, me and my dad would go to the barber together. So whenever he got a cut, I'd get a cut. He'd pay for it. So it was a win.
So you're telling me you don't really care, you're just cheap?
Oh, yeah. Totally that one. I just got better at knowing how to cut my own hair. So, like, it's not that bad anymore. When I first started, it didn't look great. But it definitely got better over time. But yeah, I'm just cheap.
I mean, to be honest, I think like it's fine to cut your own hair. I'm not
Well, it's interesting because I absolutely love the experience of going to the barber and like when they shampoo your hair and like run their fingers through your head. Oh, it's so freaking nice. I really like that.
Well, I don't do the shampoo stuff. I just do that. Just like kind of spritz it and then just buzz it.
Nah, dude, I'm into the shampooing thing. And then one time
that's the thing. Like, it'll cost extra if you shampoo.
That's worth it.
Yeah, I was gonna say though, like that $20 experience.
Like,
that you
if
get
you're
every
already
couple
paying
months?
$15, what's another $5 to get a nice shampooing? And then one time I got my face shaved, and oh my gosh, that was so freaking nice.
And then they put like the freaking aftershave that just burns a little bit, and you're like,
it's so good, so freaking good, dude. If I didn't have a beard, I would probably go to the barber regularly just to get my face shaved, just because how freaking great it felt. Oh, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, and they use the straight razors too. They're just like, oh, so good.
What's funny is I didn't pay for that either.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of
Oh,
our buddy was learning how to cut hair, and he asked me if I could be a guinea pig, and I said, "Freak yeah, free haircut, baby." So when I said earlier that it's been 4 years since I've had a professional haircut, I was counting that.
So that was the last one.
If we don't count that, it's been 6 or 7 years.
Woo.
Wow.
Since I've had a professional haircut. Probably 6. Closer to 6. That sounds better. Well, hold on. Let me think. No, yeah, we're coming up on 7 years.
That's impressive.
No, we could say 6. I would say 6.
Honestly, even if I did have free haircuts, I'd still go get it paid. Like, I know that Great Clip's like $17, but I don't get my hair cut that often. I probably get cut 4 times a year.
Yeah, my hair goes pretty fast. I think I cut it myself like every month, once a month or every other month.
Pretty much I get a cut every season. Like a new season, I get a haircut.
Well, prior to this haircut, it was 2 years that I didn't have a haircut.
Yeah. Yeah, I cut my hair pretty dang often. It grows just way too fast, so I kind of... That's the other reason, because how often I would need to get my hair cut. It just became much cheaper just to go buy myself my own razor and just do it.
Yeah, my hair used to grow fast like yours, but since I've gotten older, it hasn't grown as fast.
Mine's also really thick. I got some really nice hair, and I'm very lucky that I've got this nice hair. And, I don't mean to, just piss on you two, but, my hair's better than yours. So, I do mean to piss on you guys.
Hey, listen. If I grow my hair out a bit more and I put in, a wave or a swoosh, it looks pretty good.
I got the better bangs,
He's like, I'm effable. Someone's going to bang me.
Listen, if these grow out, they're pretty good bangs,
Mine's got
too.
the thickness, too. Is yours thick?
Yeah, it's pretty thick. It's not that long right now, but...
Oh, mine's got so many hairs up there.
Yeah, my hair's definitely not as thick, but I like my hair.
Your hair is more stringy and...
Your hair's not thick, at all.
And
the back, sure.
Yeah,
but
the back
everybody's
hair.
back's thick.
My hair gets pretty thick when it's long. It's especially if you look on the ground when they're shaving your hair, you'll see big clumps. That's when you know how thick hair is.
Say you do this and you grab
oh yeah, I could do that.
Bit,
I could do
you
that.
You get that much. I'm probably holding 100 strands. And you'd be holding 50 to 75 strands. That's what I mean. I got more.
Listen, it's not
this guy's
that
holding
long.
40.
You want? Maybe I'll grow my hair out more.
Let me feel your hair. Yeah, it's pretty thick.
Thane's got some thick hair, but I definitely think Cole's hair's the thickest.
I definitely get my hair from my mom because my dad, he's going bald in this area, kind of like Sky. Sorry, Sky.
So it's not even that though.
You don't have to apologize.
Looking at your hair, it's not thick.
It's
you can tell by looking at it.
My hair's never been super thick.
But yeah, I'm not even talking about how it's receding a bit. I'm just literally you can look at your hair and it's obvious that you don't have a lot of thick hair. You don't have a lot of strands, a lot of
it's always been like that. My hair's just really curly, so when I grow it out, it looks thicker because it's curlier.
That's true. Very true. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my hair. I've got a lot of things really going for me with my body.
Have you ever
got perfect eyesight, great hair.
You can grow a pretty nice beard.
Yeah, it's just
I can't grow a beard, and my eyesight it's terrible.
But I get headaches pretty frequently, so there's one con. My teeth are pretty effy. There's another con. I'm short.
Your teeth. Listen, your teeth are a little slightly off kilter. My whole jaw was jetting forward.
I was in braces for 4 to 5 years.
And
they to try to make my teeth grow better, they broke my jawbone with a drill.
Well, throughout my life, I was also kind of like braces for like 4 years.
Yeah, I'm not saying my jaw is worse than yours. I'm just like
he can empathize.
I can empathize. Yeah. Not as bad as what you had for sure.
Yeah, but being in braces as an adult and waiting for surgery, that sucked. And having to still wear the braces after the surgery sucked even more. So
I will say though,
you had it pretty good.
I got one pro that rises above them all and beats both of you guys pretty handily.
You're gonna say it.
My nose is perfect.
Nose, you bastard.
Other than like the blackheads I got a perfectly shaped nose.
I think my nose is pretty good, but I've also broken it twice, so
that's probably why it didn't look that good.
My nose is just not big.
That came out wrong. It's got like the bridges kind of like pushes out a little bit, and I feel like that's from the breaking.
Yeah, I broke it twice.
I got a big Italian. I got a big Italian nose.
Yeah, you got that wide nose.
Yeah,
mine's petite and beautiful.
So like, I mean, I guess if we're all just gloating about our bodies,
let's do it.
I've been literally I did some good allocating points when I was creating my avatar.
Yeah?
Yeah, like I may not be very tall and I may not have like that great of hair, but my eyes are pretty killer. I never had to wear braces. I've got a very straight smile. The dentists have said, like, all my dentists are blown away when I tell them I never had braces.
Those guys.
I'm fairly athletic. I've got great skin. I don't got
good skin at all.
I've never had really bad acne or anything. The only thing with my skin is it's really dry, but I have a lot of lotion. And
wow.
I don't know, like my feet don't stink. I've never had like nasty feet.
Never had to have to pump that Gold Bond. Never had to
the foot powder.
Yeah.
No.
That's where he was going with that. Okay.
Yeah. So I guess the point is I would take a bald head over your guys' issues any day of the week.
Oh, Gold Bond. Do you remember, guys, when you go swimming and you get crotch rot?
No.
Nope.
What? You never got crotch rot?
What's that?
It's when it rubs against, like, when you're, like, I guess it's the chlorine or the fabric on your swimsuit rubs against, like, the tip of your penis. And
I always wore boxers when I would swim. I would never just trust the net of my shorts.
Oh, I totally use the net.
And you never got crotch rot? It's like...
Maybe it's just because you're so much bigger than us.
Yo, no, it rubs against it.
They put a lot of points into it.
It rubs against it, or the chlorine affects it. Like,
you had 50 points,
and
it literally,
it just stings. It just stings.
I've had it with my nipples, but not like my undercarriage.
It's probably the similar thing then.
But that's just chafing what I got.
And then
it freaking sucks.
And then every time I take a pee, it stings because it's right on the urethra, and I'm like,
that's kind of an interesting feeling.
And apparently, all you have to do is
solve it. Cheese grater. You want to try it?
I'll try it.
All you have to do to solve is just put Gold Bond right down your pants.
That's interesting. Yeah, never had that.
Really, you've never had that?
I guarantee it's just because we're just tiny little boys over here.
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah, I won't deny that.
I guess. I don't know. Like,
I mean, I haven't seen a lot of dicks in my life, but they're all bigger than mine.
And speaking of being tiny little boys, we're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we're going to talk more about random junk like we normally do.
He's crying.
See you in a bit.
I'm crying. Whoa, you must like the Radkatz because you're still listening to the podcast.
No, I don't.
Well, if you want to support us even more, we have a Patreon.
Oh.
Do you want to know what's on that Patreon?
I don't.
What about you, young sir?
What's Patreon?
Patreon is a platform where you can subscribe and support us, the Radkatz, in our content-making venture. We have a couple tiers. We have two specifically. We have a $1 tier, and we have a $5 tier.
But what do we have over stuff like Game Grumps or Super Mega?
Yeah, F those guys. I mean, F the Radkatz.
But wait, there's more. You didn't let me finish. We have extra podcasts. We have behind the scenes.
Oh.
We have movie watch-alongs.
Wow.
We've got vlogs. We've got how-tos. I'm pretty sure Cole did a how-to video on how to change a battery in a Pokemon game.
I don't know if I uploaded that yet or not, but wow, that's crazy that you guys are doing so much stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and if you want to get your name,
maybe my thoughts and ideas about have changed.
That's really good.
Maybe I'm into the Patreon now.
That's what these ad reads are for.
Wait,
oh, shoot.
Wait, but hold on.
Not F the radkatz.
Do I have to steal Daddy's credit card again just to subscribe to this thing? What, it's probably $100?
It's only $1 or $5. That's right, folks. You heard it here. You can support the Radkatz for only as little as $1 a month. And if you want the extra podcast, that one's the $5 tier.
Yep, just enter your daddy's credit card number into the field below, and you can join our Patreon.
As well as getting your name at the every...
Oh, yeah, we do that too.
Yeah, as well as getting your name at the every... What? As well as getting your name after...
At the end of every one of our videos.
As well as getting your name at the end of every single one of our Friday videos.
There you go.
Yeah,
we do them on Saturday, by the way.
Yeah.
Dang it. As well as getting your name at the end of every one of our Saturday videos.
Let's go. We got it, boys and girls and everybody.
Yeah, get that thing filled up. There's only like 2 names right now. We want like 80 names on there. It scrolls. It does a little scrolling animation.
I hope they put Thane's mom's name on there.
Yeah, because the more people that support us, the faster we can quit our actual jobs and be able to do this full time.
Hey, all you people. Listen to me. I made a video, and it's no ordinary video. It's a video with jellyfish jelly. I mean, it's not SpongeBob. I made a video. Yay. It's about Kaguya-sama Love is War. Wait, when does this come out? Friday? Oh, it comes out tomorrow. The video's out tomorrow. Wow. You got the pre-look before it's even out. Yeah, check it out if you like a nice, healthy dose of rom-com and serotonin and happiness into your life.
What if I don't want to wait, though? Can I get more Radkatz content somewhere?
What do you mean? We just plugged the Patreon. Oh, freak, you mean the anime podcast, don't you?
I meant the YouTube channel and the anime podcast.
Holy crap, we're so bad at this thing. Yeah. Tell us, just do the anime podcast and we'll go to the normal episode.
Okay. hey guys, do you like anime?
Well, no, I love anime.
Well, at least for one of you.
No, you're supposed to do the same thing where like you gotta like anime school and I go, oh, maybe I'll check out the podcast and see what anime's all up. You get it? Okay, ready? Go again.
Hey guys, do you like anime?
No.
Oh my gosh. What are you doing?
I like anime.
Yo, this guy does. What is schmuck? Tell me why anime's so good then.
Well, we have a podcast. I guess you like podcasts.
Oh, I like podcasts.
You're listening to one right now.
What's the anime podcast you speak of?
You can listen to another one called Life is Daijobu.
How do I spell that?
What is funny? I misspelled it on the email address when I was making it.
Oh my.
That's a tidbit for all you ad listeners.
Well, anyways, Life is Daijobu, spelled just look it up later. It's an anime. Actually, the spelling should be on screen. It's
not on screen. LIFE ISDAIJOU BU.
Thane was actually right. The spelling is on screen because I'm showing you guys the actual channel right here.
Crazy.
And guess what? You could go listen to it, and we talk about anime. That's about it.
Maybe
and
this
some
anime
manga
stuff isn't so bad. Maybe I'll give it a shot.
It's also on Spotify.
So that's where I was going with it. Get it now? That's why I said I don't like anime, and then you convinced me later on. Skylar's the one that likes anime. We were playing that bit.
Okay.
Maybe we'll get it right in the future.
And it's also on Spotify.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's on Spotify, just like this podcast. So subscribe to us on Spotify.
Now back to the show.
Welcome back, everybody, from our quick little ad read break where we actually paid professional actors to read our ads. It's not
it wasn't us.
Yeah.
Not at all.
It totally wasn't us.
That guy's name was not Thane. It was
Billy Crystal.
T-Haney.
Did we get Billy Crystal?
We got Billy Crystal, Joe Dirt, and
T-Haney.
What's the soccer player?
David Beckham.
Oh, David Beckham.
David Beckham, yeah. We got David Spade, David Beckham, and David Hasselhoff to read those ads. We got the David trifecta.
Yeah. Anyways, so guys, what do you think about YouTubers trying to start their own companies?
I think it's okay. Mr. Beast doing it.
I think it's fun.
Yeah, Mr. Beast. Well, Mr. Beast has a lot of money, and I guess but here's the thing: did he really know anything about fast food before he?
I'm sure they didn't.
I'm sure he paid people that know how about fast food.
He probably got a bunch of people that did.
A more personal one is Donkey starting his own game publishing company.
Why is it more personal?
Because he's like a like the lead person who's running it with his wife.
Is it Mr. Beast the lead of the Mr. Beast Burger though?
I don't know. Maybe he's having someone else do that. I don't know about, but Donkey.
But I feel like they still all kind of like go back to him, right?
Yeah.
This is how I imagine Mr. Beast runs his stuff, and I could be completely wrong. This is just me just shooting some shots.
You know, he might have gone to business college. I don't know.
I think no, he dropped out of college.
Oh, yeah.
I think Mr. Beast is smart enough to know that he doesn't know everything, so he probably pays people to be over all of these specific projects that he's got going on, and he just has meetings all day long. He's always
I imagine he's just the CEO of it all. He kind of just like doesn't really participate in the meetings other than just being there, if I had to guess.
And he's just like, is there anything I need to know? How's everything going? He's just up to date on everything. It'd be like, okay, Thane, you take care of the gaming channel.
Yeah.
And then Cole's over the YouTube channel, and I would be over Talking Rad. And you know what I mean? Like, but obviously he's got like 10 YouTube channels, and he's got a clothing line, and he's got food that he sells, and he's got the Mr. Beast Burger and the chocolate bars and all the other philanthropy stuff he's got going on.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I don't think Mr. Beast can do it all by himself.
Then again, the YouTube money really helped. I mean, like, one day he was just like giving a random DoorDash guy $1,000, and then next he's like, if people can survive on this island, they get a car.
And then the next day he said, making the DoorDash guy deliver my food.
But I tip him
$1 million collar on. If he gets it right, his family gets to live.
Oh geez. I just realized when I said what I had said,
that's like a
mean
meat
it to just be
canyon
like
sketch.
a normal DoorDash delivery.
Oh.
Because when I said my food, I was meaning like the Mr. Beast burgers, not just his food because he wants to get KFC tonight or something. I could have worded that better. It was supposed to be the progression, not the regression back to just getting DoorDash.
Nice.
Anyways, yeah, what we're trying to lead to is that Donkey started his own gaming company. Now, do we know anything of his background? Probably not. Is he probably just doing this on a whim just because he wants to? Maybe. He hasn't really put any deed. He hasn't done like an FAQ video. I don't know if there's any FAQ on his site. I haven't checked it. If there is, I'll probably look like a big dummy, but I'm not sure. But anyways, the video, I'm not really sure how much he's like in his character when he's pitching this. Because he did say some pretty bold statements like, I played a lot of video games, so I know how video games work. It's like, do you? I've played video games, and I've tried coding. Coding is hard. Actually making a video game is harder.
See, what I gathered from that, though, like his whole video, and obviously this is just my interpretation of it all, I don't think he's going to be doing any of the developing. I think he will be as involved as he could, I guess, as far as like helping the developers out in any way that he can.
He did say in the video he wanted to be directly involved. Like, whatever's doing, he wanted to kind of oversee it, make sure, like, I guess it fits his standards or something. Like,
which I think is a good thing, especially if it's his brand that's on the line.
And going on Twitter, like, there is a lot of, like, dissenters, like, oh, I hope this fails, or, like, wouldn't it be funny if it failed, stuff. But then there's some actual indie developers who are like, I'm very skeptical, but I think if it works out, I'm glad for him. Like, and I hope it does. It's like, wow, there's a lot of people actually saying, I hope it works out. Like, I actually kind of want to see this succeed.
Oh, yeah. I think everybody should, I hope everybody exceeds in their endeavors. I think that, like, people that are telling people that I hope it doesn't work out for you. Yeah. F those people. Those guys suck.
those are not the good people.
That's just rude.
And you have to think about it too, though. It's not just Donkey, though. It's these developers where their lives can actually change. Where instead of making these games on the side, Donkey's saying, "Okay, well, let me fund you, and put your whole heart and soul into these games, and let's try to make it work." And
the problem is, if it doesn't even have to be the first game, but if like the first like 4 games say are like bombs and duds, it could be bad. It's like could be a.
I think if his first game is not great, there's gonna be a lot of backlash because
Yeah,
we
like,
spoke a little bit about this earlier, and Cole, I think, hit it on the nose. Is like, Donkey has made some very bold statements over the years, and he has dunked, no pun intended, on lots of video games. And so for him to release something that that would be critiqued because it's really bad that would be horrible. I think that would be it.
I think that it would benefit the company better, like, if he like didn't put his name like extremely close to it. Like, maybe he tried to distance the video game Donkey persona and just like Jason, whatever his name is. I can't remember his last name, but like, if it's just Jason running the company, it's not the Donkey running the company. You know what I'm saying? It's Jason and Leah.
Don't you think that they would sell more copies of a game if it was under Donkey's name?
Well, yes, I do.
Yeah, but like, if it's Big Mo, like, say Tiny Build. You know who Tiny Build is?
Nope.
Oh, well, sorry. Let me try another one. Devolver.
Okay.
You know who Devolver is?
Yeah.
Let's say someone famous was running it. Who would you know? Like, who
That's
would you know?
That's a little different, though.
Yeah.
Devolver is acting as what Donkey, I'm assuming, is going to act.
Yeah.
And so, like...
Or Adult Swim Games. Like...
The Donkey has to put his name on this. It won't work at all unless he puts his name on this. Advertising is one of the hardest things in video games right now. And the fact that he's got 7 million subscribers on his channel, he's got free advertisement right there, instantly. So if he doesn't put his name on it, that's a failure in my book.
Yeah.
That's the first failure. If he doesn't do it.
Well, here's the thing. Like, like, he could put his name on it, and like at first, but I think in order for it to truly succeed, I think eventually needs to become its own thing and not just.
No, I don't think it matters. I think to truly succeed has to be good. That's all it comes down to.
I see what you're trying to say, though, Thane. Is like, it could. Just the fact that Donkey's name is on it could sour lots of people from even attempting to try.
Yeah, but that's the way it is with everything and everybody.
And I totally agree.
Like, one of my buddies literally hates Nintendo because he doesn't like their games because they're a lot more childish, and he won't ever give them a shot. It's the same thing. If somebody doesn't like Donkey's not going to try a Donkey game.
Yeah.
So that doesn't matter. What matters is if it's good or not.
Here's the thing. It's not going to be Donkey games. It's going to be games promoted by Donkey. Or that's the difference.
He's essentially, I'm assuming, like I said, I don't know everything, but I'm assuming he's going to take the publisher role. And if he does that, it's going to be published by Donkey, essentially.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like Devolver or Activision or EA, you know. It'll be Donkey instead. It'll be like getting, I don't know, I guess Toby Fox. He'd be like, he goes, Toby Fox, you want to make a game? Toby's like, yeah, let's make a game. So Toby Fox makes a game, and Donkey puts in all the money for the development costs, the advertisements, the production of it, and the distribution of it. And while Toby, all he has to do work is just the game.
Yeah, make the game.
He's got this budget that he was provided to from Donkey, but he just makes it. That's just how the publisher-developer relationship works. And I don't know very much about this at all. I won't lie. I basically saw a little bit of his video, and most of it wasn't like, I didn't see all of it. I just got like the small snippet of it, just the whole line of him saying, I know video games, and so I can do good with it, which I think is dumb, personally. But, like, I imagine he takes the developer role.
Here's the problem.
Situation.
Watching the video, I don't know how much of it he does through his persona and, like, his genuine person promoting it. So I think, like, that was kind of a bad promotion to, like, kind of promote it through the Donkey persona. I think he should just, like, promote it as a normal company. It's like,
oh yeah, totally.
Like, hey,
he still puts on his channel.
I'm Jason, whatever his last name is. You know me as Video Game Donkey. I made a new publishing company called Big Mode.
I still think you put it on his channel. I just don't think you do it in a goofy tone.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. Maybe you'll make a new channel for Big Mode.
I don't think it's smart either.
Well,
like, I mean, sure, you make a new channel, but I still think you do most of your advertising through his main channel. That's the best way to do advertising. It's literally free 7 million views. Granted, obviously, you're not going to get all 7 million.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I mean? Like, he could do that, but, like, personally, if I was running it, I would advertise on a separate channel just to, like, have it be separate. Because This channel seems like he's just having fun.
Yeah, I just don't see it as a good business tactic if he's not going to use his real channel. Personally, I think that's a waste of money, or not. It's like not a waste of money because it's free. Obviously,
you're just missing out.
You're losing potential income, I guess.
Well, here's the thing: he could highlight big games and then like see more, go to the Big Mo
All
channel.
he has to do is review the game. Like if it's like, hey,
his own game.
This is my game, or rather, this is a game I published. I'm going to review it and tell you why you should buy it. He literally does that with lots of games already, where he's like, I like this game, you should buy it, or I don't like this
like
game.
reviewing it and cutting under the knife. I don't think that's going to go down good with the developers, personally.
I don't think he would roast it if it was his own published game.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
but I think that's why he wants to be heavily involved, which I think anyone would if they were smart enough, like laying their brand on the line is like, I want to make sure that you don't do stupid things with the game, or let me try out these mechanics and see if this works or why this doesn't work. And like going back to where he says, I know video games, to me, how I interpreted it was he's played enough video games to know when something's good and when something's bad.
We have too, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say is like, we've played enough video games too to know when a concept or a game mechanic is garbage and when a concept or game mechanic is good. Granted, this could be a very subjective thing as far as like people's tastes for specific video games.
Correct.
But that being said, like, because Cole doesn't like platformers doesn't mean he doesn't realize there's a good platformer when he plays one.
True.
Just like I may not like RPGs as much, but I understand that when I play a game and it functions and it's really fun, even if it is an RPG, I can still be like, wow, yeah, that is a good game, even if I don't like the game mechanic or play style.
My biggest issue with that is not that he doesn't know what makes a good game good. It's that he doesn't, to my knowledge, he may have a background in it, like we were talking about earlier. To my knowledge, he doesn't know how to make a game. He doesn't know what goes into making a game. You might have all of these great ideas and stuff, but if you don't got the budget, if you don't have this or this or this, you can't implement it. And when you do implement it and find out it's not good, well, you just wasted a bunch of money because you thought you knew what was right. Like, to my knowledge, he doesn't have that. He doesn't have that skill set. He just says he's played a lot of games, and so that's what he's got, and that's what he's going to base it off.
See, and I don't think he needs to know that other stuff because he'll just hire somebody else that does.
If he's going to be as like into it as he wants to be,
it's not more hire. It's more someone's developing a game. He sees it, he likes it, and he'll pick it up.
I just think he's a lot smarter than we give him credit for. I think he's smart enough to realize, hey, I lack in this department. Let me get people that have.
I'm not saying he can't.
I don't think he just did this out of him saying, I want to make my own publishing company. Maybe this is something that's been brewing for a while.
I guarantee you,
no doubt about
years.
that. Yeah, of course it was. I'd be
and he's
dumb
like,
to just do it
I'm finally gonna. But I think how he advertised it, I think he went the wrong way. Like if he just advertised it straight and said, on his YouTube channel, making a new studio called Big Mode. I'm promising a lot of good stuff. I want to be directly involved.
Yeah, I'm saying is that the statement of him playing a lot of games means he knows how to make a good game. That's not good in my opinion. I think that's inherently bad. I don't think any of us could make a good game. Like, even if we had a big like budget and we could hire a bunch of people to make it, if we were directly involved as like the lead producer with our current what we know now, I don't think we could do it.
I bet we could make a decent game.
I don't think so. We could make a decent story. We could make decent game mechanics,
if it's writing, story,
and
be
freaking Mario.
Creative input. I mean, I have a lot of creative thoughts. If I had a lot of creative input,
I guess the other thing is a lot of our ideas and creativity are all subjective to us.
Yeah.
And a lot of people might not like what we like or what we think is.
But
and that's probably like the biggest caveat with game developing in general.
Here's the thing: when
not
you
just
think
limited
of something,
to if we were to do it.
When you think of something, of idea, and you say to yourself, "Wow, people would like this if I put this out," then you could work with someone to help put it out. Because if you think it's a good idea and you think people would like it, then why not go for it?
And we're not the best people to even talk about the subject because we're not even game developers.
We don't know.
Even tried.
We don't even know Donkey's.
We've tried, but
Donkey's never even disclosed his full background into what he's done. So who knows how much he knows?
Well, and here's the thing, and we already talked about this, and this is kind of why I've taken the stance of I don't think he necessarily needs to know how to make the video game. Sure, he's got probably a general idea, but this goes back to the Mr. Beast thing. I'm sure he didn't know how to freaking do fast food, so he hired people that do, and he was able to flesh it out and be like, okay.
That's fine, but when you take the statement that he said, he's basically saying that he doesn't need to because he does know.
See, that's not how I interpreted it, but I don't talk to him, so I don't really know what he meant.
That's the problem with him using his persona as the advertisement. He shouldn't have done that. He should have used his channel for sure, but not.
If he does another video where he does like a Q&A saying what he's doing, what he's planning, how he's going to do it, just straight face, no persona, no nothing, then I'm pretty sure people would take it more seriously and they'd probably be more behind it. Like, there's already a lot of indie developers wanting to see what it'll become and kind of backing it. There's even one guy who said there was people who knew almost nothing about development and that company is gaining success. Like, who knows?
I think it's got a lot of good potential to do a lot of really good things, but it also has a lot of potential to be a big dumpy.
Yeah.
And like, you just never know.
Yeah.
If he's willing to help people make their dreams come a reality, that's awesome. That's awesome and good for them.
Yeah.
But again, like, there's just so many different ways you could take it into being bad. And like I said, I didn't watch the full video. All I have is that one line, and that line is very, very bad in my opinion. I think that's very bad as an idea for someone who wants to do what he's saying that he wants to do. I
in the video he does say the website, and he like says instructions like, hey, you want to reach out to us, go to the website. If you want like help like connect with people, you go to networking. Like, and he already has like, he's already trying to build the tools to like make this thing a reality, but we'll see. Is this gonna work? Who knows? And you know what? If it does, and he makes banger games, I want it to work and see him make banger games. Like, Donkey's taste in video games, like for the most part, is pretty good. He recommends a lot of like obscure indie games because he has an eye for them, and like if he starts publishing them and helping them, like I want this to succeed.
I agree. I want it to succeed as well. I'm just being pessimistic just because the way I see it is it might not. I do want it to succeed. I want everybody to succeed with what they want to do.
Let's see where this goes. Let's see like if he reveals his first game within the next year, and like let's just see what happens. But for now, it's just.
I mean, I think it's cool, and like I said, maybe I just interpreted it differently than you guys, because to me it was all very positive, and his whole, I know video games, like I already mentioned, it was like, well, he's played enough games to know what's good or bad. That obviously doesn't necessarily mean he knows how to make a video game, but like I said,
he never stated he's directly making the video games. He's involved.
Yeah, and exactly. We don't really know what that even means, but like I said, I mean, if
I
was
knows,
him...
Maybe he does know how to make a video game. Maybe he's been secretly learning coding. Who knows? I mean, what if he does? What if he just busts out a game one of these years and it's like, hey, I made a game, and it's one of the best games ever?
He could, but like I said, I think I view this as no different than how Mr. Beast does things. He's smart enough to know that he can hire people that know how to do this kind of stuff. And I think his involvement is being to help the developers with, like, giving them opinions or critiques on this mechanic's bad, or maybe try this, or this direction's not good.
And I agree with that. But Mr. Beast goes, man, I've ate a lot of hamburgers in my life. I can make hamburgers. He doesn't do that. He does what you just said he did.
Did Donkey say that he's made video games?
No, he said he's played a lot of games so he can make good games.
The statement would be more like, I've eaten a lot of hamburgers, so I know how hamburgers are made.
Well, I think we need to, and yes, if that's what Donkey said, then I'm on board with you guys. But I don't think he said that. I think he said, I've played video games. I've played a lot of video games, so I know good video games, or something like that. It was something stupid. It was a very Donkey sentence.
I think that therein lies the biggest issue, is that it's a donkey sentence. I think if it's something so serious like this, he needs to not do the donkey persona.
It can't be a donkey sentence. It has to be a Jason sentence.
Let's just listen real quick and see what he said. And like I said, I could just be interpreting it wrong, but like, I don't know. I thought it was fine. Granted, I'm not like a donkey fanboy or hater. I'm pretty neutral. I think his videos are funny.
the other one was called PAX Prime, and we had so much fun.
All right, so sorry about that. We probably cut all that out, but the video said he didn't really, in a way, say I've played a lot of video games, so I know what games works. He said more like I've played a lot of games. I know what like he said it more broadly. Like I know what mechanics are there. I know what.
He said he knows what mechanics work, what makes things good in games, and what makes things bad in games, and what things that
should come back.
Yeah. And so he didn't necessarily say that because he knows about these things, he knows how to make good games.
Yeah.
And I can't interpret it the way that I've been saying it, but I'm still going to lean towards my side a little bit more, but obviously I'm more swayed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I still disagree with how pompous he was with that statement about him just because he
even
plays
said
games, he
I'm
knows how to
hyping myself up a lot.
But, you know.
He say I'm hyping myself up a lot, like he's self-aware, but he said, but he's putting a lot of passion in his project. And I commend that, but like he could have gone in a different way.
Yeah,
like,
I disagree with how he did it.
I commend his passion, but his execution needed work.
I agree that he has played a lot, and he does have a pretty good taste about most games, and he knows what makes games good from the videos that I've seen in the past.
Yeah.
But I disagree with how uppity he was about himself, thinking that, oh, everybody should want to work with me because I'm just that good.
I think it's fine. I think he has to sell himself, but
I don't think he has to. He's freaking video game donkey.
Exactly.
He is already selling himself just for being him.
Yeah, I was going to say, granted, he's already humongously popular, but
I don't think he needs to try to sell himself harder. He could literally just been like exactly what Thane was saying earlier. Just, hey, I want to support you developers that are trying to make good stuff. Let's do it. Let's make good stuff together.
Yeah.
I don't know if he necessarily... And I feel like maybe it's because he wanted to write the script as a funny video game donkey video, and that's why he did it the way he did it.
Yeah. I think it was very on brand.
Yeah, and I don't know, just with the bigness of a company, I don't think it needs to be on brand for that, personally. I feel like that kind of devalues the message, I guess.
And maybe that's what he's going for, though. Maybe he's wanting to have Big Mode be, I guess, in that same vein. I don't know. I mean, who knows? That's all speculation at that point.
Yeah, we don't really have much other context to go off of other just than what he said.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think regardless of how he delivered his message, I think we're all on the same page of, like, hopefully it's good because it benefits lots of people. Plus, we're gamers always wanting to just play better video games.
He doesn't want to make, like, cash grab games with, like, a bunch of microtransactions. He just wants to make more traditional, fun, you get what you get in the box kind of games.
Well, he never said that. There could definitely be microtransactions in his games.
Yeah, true.
I don't really care if there is or not. So
yeah,
he just said he doesn't want to make cash grabs where it's a Call of Duty every year.
Yeah, that's
what I interpreted that.
Yeah, that's kind of like the microtransaction filled type games. I'm pretty sure he's not going to have like much of that.
I mean, if you got skins in your game, you got microtransactions.
Yeah, but who knows if he's going to make those types of games.
Yeah, we don't know what. And we do need to stop saying he's going to make these games because it's very clear. He even says in the video that he's going to be a publisher.
Yeah.
And so he says he wants to have input on it. I don't really know what that means. He might end up just being a glorified playtester.
I'm sure that's exactly what it would
is almost what it sounds like, and he might be able to tell people if it's a good idea or not. So who knows? Personally, if I was a game developer, I'd want to jump on board with this just because it's free publishing at that point.
Well, and you're so much better off. Like, think about indie development companies that literally start with nothing, no advertising.
He could totally reject you at a minute if he looks at your game and says no. Then you just
that's all publishing. That's literally that's the job of the publisher.
And that's the thing. Like, don't expect to say, oh, he'll like my game and jump on it because he could totally just say no.
No, that's the job of every publisher. He's literally just
like, if you have your dream publisher and they say no, then
I guarantee you he's already been flooded with developers and tons
probably
of people.
10-year-olds with like some shitty game in Unity, and he has
I'm sure he's got somebody else that's going through all that.
Vetting him, for sure. But like, it's just interesting because he's basically being a publisher on a smaller scale than publishers, and that's what it seems like to me. And so that's why a lot of these people are probably thinking like, oh boy, like this is it. This is the chance. I'm like, but it's just a publisher at that. That's just the way it is. If your game's good, your game's good, and they'll get published. The games that tend to be crappy are the AAA games that already have been published and have big publishers for years and years.
He's trying to be on the same level as like people like Tiny Build, Raw Fury, New Blood, even Devolver maybe. I mean,
I would say that's basically
Devolver's a little bigger, but like and Adult Swim, even they got in like the indie game publishing.
See, and I just think the benefit of joining Donkeys as opposed to having your own like indie studio is like you don't have to make. Or you don't have to bet on that big game right away as far as like Devolver. They had to have a first big game where people could trust them. Well, lots of people already trust Duncan. He already said it. Like lots of people trust my opinion, so I'm not going to put a dumpster on here and push it to you guys.
Well, for Devolver, one of those first big games was a little title called Serious Sam, so they kind of got lucky a bit with that.
I mean, I think it comes down to what Cole said. If your game's good, your game's good.
Yeah.
I mean, lucky or not, developers, they put their heart and soul into that game.
I mean, literally what it comes down to, that's 100% the whole thing. If your game's good, your game's good. Yeah. Toby Fox didn't even have a publisher on Undertale.
No.
Until it started being physically released, I'm sure.
But then he had to like collaborate with people like was it Limited Run and
Limited Run and stuff.
Yeah.
And so publishers are very big helpers for these indie developers, and that's why it's a good idea. But when it comes down to it, your game's good or it's bad. That's just the way it works.
He also probably got a ton of money for composing Pokemon songs.
I don't know how much he got.
He probably got a big commission.
I bet you he made.
I doubt it was that. I doubt it was as big as you guys are thinking.
No. I'm thinking. Yeah, I was gonna say he's made most of his money off Undertale. All of his money off Undertale.
I'm betting he just got paid like a normal composer.
Yeah.
To make 5 songs.
Yeah, he probably got a good commission out of it.
I doubt it. I'm pretty sure it's a normal composing commission.
Do you know what that would be?
No idea. I don't know anything about game development.
So that could be a good sum then.
I just know that his name isn't big enough, and Pokemon doesn't really put all their mony into the games as is. So that's what I know.
Unless all the budget literally went to Toby Fox composing those 5 songs.
I highly doubt that.
That's a joke.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's a cool thing, and it'll be exciting to see what happens. I hope it doesn't bomb.
We won't see really anything of this fruition until 3 years, I imagine, though.
Yeah, it'll probably be a while.
It's going to be quite some time before.
Well, I'd say they probably something in the next year. He's probably going to have a trailer of something. It's probably good to release something as soon as possible.
Well, do you think he... I don't know. I kind of disagree with that.
bomb of a game.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
I'm not physical. I mean information. I'm not talking about physical release.
He should probably say, "Hey, we're going to work with these developers and maybe make a video about what their ideas are."
Yeah.
But that's only if he cares enough to try to not cares enough, but if he wants to make it more public. If he doesn't want it to be public, we're not going to see something for 2 to 3 years.
That obviously
unless he picks up an indie developer that's
obviously a game's not going to be released.
Game already.
Obviously, a game is not going to be released next year. Obviously,
No, yeah.
But I'm saying information, like a trailer or something.
I don't think we'll see a trailer next year.
Well, but like a teaser trailer, you can whip up a teaser trailer real quick and after or premiere. You can.
I'd be surprised if we see a trailer for an actual game within 1 year. I bet we do see. I bet he is more public with the actual publishing thing and saying hey, we picked up some developers. These are some of their ideas that they're having.
Yeah, I can see it becoming really popular and doing really, really well.
Totally.
They're already getting over. I think the biggest hurdle obviously is having a good video game, but the next thing is advertising that video game. And like you already mentioned, Donkey already has that. He's already got the audience.
Oh yeah, and. He definitely needs to use his YouTube channel for that. If he doesn't, that's silly. Obviously he's going to have his own channel for this publishing company, but, he needs to be using his YouTube channel in a creative way to advertise for these games that he's planning on putting out.
Yeah, and, I mean, if I was him, I think I would just go about it by reviewing the game, being like, hey, here's the game. It's awesome. Here's why it's good. It comes out in a week. Go play it.
An interesting thing to take note of within the next year is to see how much videos he puts out within the next year. Because if it doesn't slow down that much, I'm curious to know how much input he actually will be having with these games. And if it does start to slow down, then I imagine it's because he's putting more time into that.
Yeah.
So that'll be an interesting way to track it, I guess, if he doesn't have any information out.
Yeah. But I think that's the end of the show. Let us know what your guys' thoughts are on Donkey starting
sometime in the future a Donkey Direct where he shows off all the games he's publishing.
I guarantee that's what he would do. Yeah, that's actually freaking genius. That's exactly what he should do.
I'm sure that's like his 10-year or 15-year goal would be is to be a big publisher like that.
Let's see if he
does
does
it. Wait that. I think you get 3 developers that you're going to try to publish for. Have a Donkey Direct next year to year and a half. And
that would be good too.
Show
a couple
3
games.
Developers and some of the games that they're trying to put together.
Yeah,
that's what you should do.
That's a genius idea.
That's 100% gold right there.
And let's see if anyone drops him within the year. That would be pretty sad.
I doubt they would drop him, just because, like I said, it's basically
that really depends on the
the
developer or how
Donkey would be the one to drop them.
Yeah, Donkey would drop them. That's where that would go.
Who knows? There has been some asshat developers who feel like they've been better than their publishers. So who knows?
I mean, sometimes they can be.
Yeah.
But like, for the most part, contracts and all that jazz.
Yeah.
He wouldn't. I don't think Donkey would want to work with someone like Phil Fish. So he's the guy who made Fez.
I also don't think Phil Fish would submit though.
Yeah, he doesn't even make video games anymore. So who cares about him, anyways?
But thank you guys for listening. We hope you guys have enjoyed. And if you have, leave a like, subscribe, comment, check out all our stuff that we post in the description below. All that jazz.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
I was like, I guess I kind of covered it just by telling you the description.
And also this big announcement, we've announced our own publishing company,
Rad Publishers.
We publish a magazine, a weekly magazine.
No, don't do it weekly. Only free.
We
that's
do
a lot of work. Holy F.
We do a weekly magazine that's only one page. It's more of a flyer. We do a weekly flyer.
We're producing visual novels, sex scenes and all. So if you got a good visual novel idea, send it our way.
It's called hentai.
You gotta send us references though.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys later. Have a good rest of your week and keep it rad.
Good night. Bye.